What up, YouTube? This is gonna be a new type of content. Uh, I'll just explain. It's kind of part of the intro. I might not even leave this in. I don't know. I don't really know if I feel like editing or whatnot. But yeah, y'all gonna get some Reddit stories, some cool little gameplay and shit. Yeah. So I'll start that now. Oh shit. I guess I could cut it out and stuff. Then whatever. Alright. Starting off. The story is called Wife Has Been Using Her Annual Girls Trips as an Annual Hall Pass, Part 1. It's under the Reddit r/stories with the tag Compulsive Flyer. My wife, Gwen, 31, female, and I, Robert, 33, male, have been together for 11 years and married for 8. We have a set of 4-year-old twins, male and female, and our relationship the last 3 years has been spectacular. We spend at least one night a week together on a date. Sex is regular. We discuss everything, have long, intimate conversations. And financially, we are hitting full stride. Both of us have growing careers. It wasn't always this good, but never has been bad either. We all have grown up together, and we had a lot of typical couple issues early on throughout our 20s, but each challenge just seemed to bring us closer in the end. This is what makes what I found out 2 days ago so much more devastating. My wife has been cheating on me. Every June, my wife and her best friend, Scarlett, take a girls' trip. It's been a tradition they've done since they were 18. It's nothing crazy. They just usually pick a nearby tourist town and spend the weekend shopping or laying by a pool or doing spa treatments. Nothing too over the top. She has this year's trip already booked, and it's in just a couple weeks. The other day, I was looking through our bank account app and wanted some mandatory info verification for privacy's sake. I clicked the button and it went into two-step authorization. Clicked OK and it said I had to send me a code via text, but it's my wife's phone tied to the account. I begrudgingly got up and went and found her phone. I would normally ask, but she was napping and I didn't want to wake her. I picked up the phone and hit the code for it to unlock since obviously it wasn't going to recognize my face. I know the PIN, it's the same thing she uses for everything. Once unlocked, she had Snapchat open and there's a message from her BFF and it says, "Are you really going to go through with it?" With this, a sense of dread washed over me. I really had no reason to feel this way, but something about the question just felt so off. I thought hard about what my wife would respond and type back, "Why wouldn't I?" Scarlett responded, "I'm just saying, 2 guys at once is pretty intense." My heart dropped. I couldn't believe what I was seeing, knowing I couldn't keep the charade up. I stopped responding and began looking through snaps. There were these 2 guys I vaguely recognized as being from my wife's past. Unfortunately, it's Snapchat, so I clicked on them. There was nothing there. I went to her phone deeper, nothing in her text or email. I looked through oddly named folder and in its WhatsApp. Here are the messages I was looking for. Her messages with her old high school boyfriend, Donald, 31 male, making plans for their upcoming girls' trip. No smoking gun, no sex or pics, but definitely flirty. Definitely making plans to meet at the hotel. And definitely planning on him bringing his college roommate, who was also my wife's second boyfriend. I couldn't believe she would do this. I was wondering how long this has been going on. There are a lot of messages, but I could tell that this wouldn't be the first time. Donald has joined her on the girls' trip. I knew since Scarlett would figure out that I sent that last response, I had to confront my wife whenever she awoke. When she finally awoke, some grueling 45 minutes later, she immediately picked up her phone, and she didn't even notice me sitting in the corner of our room and looking at her snaps, and sending a few back to Scarlett. She finally put two and two together and realized I'd been on my phone. She looked over and finally noticed my presence. Her first words, said in a very aggravated tone, were, "Did you go through my phone?" Before I could even get out a word, she starts laying into me about invasion of privacy. I became immediately engaged. How dare she blame me for anything? I tell her I know she is cheating, that she's talking to Donald and John, and that hers and Scarlett's trip is just a cover. At first she tries to deny everything, tries to gaslight me, telling me I'm reading too much into the messages, that she's just catching up with old friends and knew I'd act like this. That's why she didn't tell me that they were going to get lunch. It was all BS. I got so mad, this whole thing devolved into screaming and yelling. I told her I wanted a divorce, and she said, "Really? You're going to throw away over 10 years over a couple of nothing texts?" Implying I was the one throwing things away. Made me see the darkest red, and I said what I knew would get under the skin far more than anything else. Quote, "I'm not the one throwing it away, you stupid cunt." Unquote. Now I knew this would drive her crazy. She hates that word. She even gets up when the TV character says it. I've never seen her that mad. But it worked. She totally flipped and screamed at me that she does this for us. I was mind blown by the statement, but she wasn't done. I'm paraphrasing from memory, but basically just ragingly starting spouting off everything. I'm not gonna lie, this not it. It's not it yet. There's still like 3 more paragraphs, but there's no way this shit's real. Yeah, no, there's no way this shit real. I don't think it is. But whatever. Why do you think our relationships get better every freaking year? I deserve this. It's my free weekend. It's let me handle all the BS from the year. Resets me. If you can't understand that, that's your problem. So, blank, what if I'm crossing some lines and you're not effing happy? We have it great and it costs me. And all it costs me is getting 1 week in a year off. At this point, she softened a little bit but kept a certain tone. I get it. Your pride is hurt but has nothing to do with you. This is for me. You can have a great life. I just need this once a year. You need to make peace with that. Have things going on. Don't F it up because you're mad now. I couldn't believe what I heard. I felt woozy in that moment. My chest tightened. This woman was out of her mind. I didn't say a word. I left the room, went to my car, and headed for my brother's house. When I arrived, I just texted my wife, "I'm at Mickey's. Please don't message me. I need time. I've been hanging out here for 2 days, just under the guise of generic marital problems." She has texted me each morning, asking me to come home and talk. I responded both times, "Not yet. I don't know what to do. I've never been hurt so badly or so callously. I love her, but this is too much. I plan to go home back tomorrow and sort this out. I don't see how we ever can come back from this." Alright, part 2. Alright, part 2. Well, it's been a week, so I thought an update was due. It's not a good one, and I'm beside myself with that what to do. Really feels like she has me by the balls here. So a day after my last post, I went home to talk to her. She started off giving what seemed to be a truly remorseful apology. Just not for what she had been doing, because I was never supposed to find out, and especially not find out like this. She kept going on about how she loves me and didn't want to hurt me. There was no remorse for the cheating and some blame shifting, telling me I shouldn't have been on her phone in the first place. She told me she wants our marriage to continue. I start to speak up and cuts me off and said to just hear her out. She begins this like a prepared list of reasons why we shouldn't divorce. I can't remember all of it, but it was basically three reasons and these sub reasons, and then back them up. The twins. We don't want them growing up in a broken house. They're so young, and this is what they know. Neither of them wants to see half the time. This is the only reason I could consider even remotely valid. Our relationship is actually great. Complement each other. We have so much fun together. Rarely ever argue when it's this discussion. We indulge each other's likes. We have, you know what, often. Just on and on. Up until a few weeks ago, I would have all agreed with this completely. I tried pointing out that it definitely kind of negates all that. This is where I see she felt no remorse. I could tell she believes all her own BS. She said the girl trip is it's the reason she can be all these great things all year long. Anytime she feels a little resentment about something that just gets under her skin, she doesn't feel like having you know what or indulging one of my hobbies. She can always put that aside. She has this. I literally can't believe the audacity of this woman. Financial stability wasn't much, just her pointing out how difficult it will be for both of us on our own as we live so comfortably and get to do so much because we're both good earners. Who cares? When I finally got to speak, I told her how betrayed and insulted I was. She did tear up and apologize for hurting me, but at no point did she apologize for the actual cheating. Sticking to the idea that I was never supposed to find out, I asked how long. She said 10 years. That's basically our whole relationship. I began to ask for more info, but she cut me off again, saying that talking about the past is just going to hurt more. She wants to talk about the future and what I needed this to work out. I told her, if you want to reconcile, then obviously this trip needs to end. She stopped me there and said, no, I'm not going to stop. I'm still going this year. I got pissed and yelled, then we are done. I'm leaving and divorcing you. This is when things turned worse. She sighed and said, no, you're not. I didn't want to do this. But you lose if we leave. We will split custody, split our money, and we also split our debt. And I have more than you. Half will become yours. This house is in my family names and is a premarital asset. Also, you don't have any proof I did anything. You saw some vague messages and now you're gone. I bet you didn't send them to yourself or take pics, did you? There is a no-fault state with identifying clauses. You're effed. I'd be really devastated to be without you. I don't want you to think I don't love you, but I'll move on. Here in this house, with more free time, you'll move in with your mom or brother and be miserable trying to rebuild your own. I felt so defeated in that moment, and she could tell. I sat there just wishing I could disappear. Wincing the collapse moved in to comfort me, and I just let it happen, didn't respond at all. She started talking again, saying, let's just go back to the way things were, and you can keep your life. I hate seeing you like this, and we'll do everything to make you happy. You can tell yourself whatever you want for the 2 days a year I'm gone. I understand you need some time to take it, but don't toss us away because of our pride. This has just been the most painful week. I don't want all this pain. I want the life, and I guess it's on this table, but you can't just erase it. The Mind movies are brutal realization that she feels no guilt, that she actually sees her cheating as a good thing, has me questioning my everything. I feel like I can't trust even myself or my judgment because I'm the idiot who fell in love with this person. I'm still here at the house. She's love bombing me like never before, trying to initiate making meals, buying me stuff, complimenting. It's insane. I don't know what to do. It really is impossible to put up with this behind us. To just deal with it. I don't even know. No matter what happens, I lose and she will win. Ooh, that's part 2 out of 4. That's it. That's all I'm doing right now because I know my voice is kind of raspy and everything. Not many people might like it. So I'm just going to do this. You feel me? If it wasn't, I honestly might hit YouTube. Alright, that's gonna be the end of the video.